Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that we received on Facebook. If you have any message or any confession that you want us to share with the world, you can hit us up at Brother Nashim on Facebook. The confession that I'm going to be sharing with you, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? I have a warning to those that want to get into the porn industry here in South Africa. You girls, you need to be afraid of anyone that will come to you with such an offer, because they will just lie to you, they will use you, and they will never do whatever that they had promised that they will do for you. In my situation, I was promised that by simply shooting that video, I was setting myself up to get 100,000, and then I would go to America, where I'll start to work with an agent that is called Bang Bros. That was the agent that had been looking for young Africans that wanted to act upon women, and I was lucky enough to be there for the audition that I was supposed to do. I slept with a Nigerian and a white man. I only got 2,500 after they had slept with me. I don't know for how many hours, and these men, they made me to drink some pills that made me to get so turned on that I forgot that this was just an audition. Like, they slept with me for hours and hours. First the Nigerian, then the white guy, then we slept together all at once. But going there, I did not expect that this was going to happen. I just thought that it was going to be a first interview and to get some papers to be signed so that I can start applying for a visa. Then I would go to America. I did not know that those people, they were lying to me. I am 26 years old now, and I feel as if I am strong enough to share my story. Maybe it might help a woman out there. Like, there is a lot of exploitation when it comes to the sex industry in South Africa. There are people that come to record women and then they sell those videos online. I have tried. The only website where I was able to get the video deleted was on Pornhub, but other websites, they do not respond. There are other websites, I think that they are being run by people who are in South Africa, and these websites, they are like your Muzanzi porn, and I tried to reach out, but they really do not respond. I don't know if they are still maintaining their websites or not. It is very hard for you to delete a video once a video has been uploaded to the internet. I was even shocked that my video is on a Nigerian website that is called Leaked Nigeria, and it is very hard for you to get a video removed because the admins of the page, they do not even respond. I don't want any attention. I'm not writing this to shame anyone, but I feel like if I remain silent, there is someone out there who thinks that if you get into this industry, all of a sudden you are going to become filthy rich. If you are a young woman reading this, listening to my story, especially if you are unemployed or desperate, please, you need to listen to my confession as Bro Nashi is busy reading it. It was in the year 2021. I literally had nothing. That year, it was very difficult. A lot of people, they were jobless, especially if you were already broke and jobless before COVID. The jobs were gone. Like, you could not get a job at all. I had a qualification, but no matter how hard I had tried to drop CVs, it was as if there was no one that could see me. I was staying with relatives, sleeping on a couch, and it was just difficult. I felt like I was shrinking as a person. The most difficult part was that I had left my child with my mom, and this mom, she is my stepmom. So you know what it is like. Whenever there was no food, she would call me and she would be like, you need to send money. And even though she knew that I was unemployed, but she will demand money from me so that I can send money to him and she can buy food. She really did not even care. What would hurt me was that where we were staying at my uncle's house, I was also staying with her own daughters. Her daughters would not even send anything, yet they had many kids, more than the kids that I had left her with, but she would never demand anything from them. I was the only one whom she would demand money from. And if I would send money, she would use that money to buy clothes for her grandchildren, and then after that she will buy clothes for my child. And my other sister's child, who also passed away in a terrible accident, so I was the one that was taking care of him. So social media, it is good and it is bad, because social media, if you are depressed, the depression that you get from TikTok or Facebook, it is far much greater than anything. So social made it worse in my own situation, because everywhere I looked, people of my age, it seems as if they were winning. When people go on social media, when they post their videos, they make sure that everything looks okay. And when you are depressed, you do not look behind that video. All that you see is the perfection and everything, and your mind will keep on telling you that you are a failure, you have done nothing with your life. That is exactly what was happening to me. When I would see my friends having new phones, seeing young women having cars, going on vacations, I knew most of it was fake, but depression makes even lies as if they are true. I did not want to go on expensive vacations. I did not want luxury, but I just wanted to live a dignified life. That is when he contacted me. He was a South African guy, and this guy, I knew him from KZN. He located me and he knew that I was in Joburg. He was not some random foreigner who slid into my inbox. This was a guy that we grew up with. We had mutual friends. I had seen him so many times. And when someone like that speaks to you, your guard is already lower. He did not start with money or sex. He just started with a conversation. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Are you working? And then he casually asked me if I was willing to do a gig with him. That is what he said. And I said, what kind of a gig are you talking about? This guy, he knew that I had done some prostitution before. I want to confess so that people can know where I am coming from. I knew this guy when I was in Durban. I used to do some prostitution so that I can be able to take care of my son. So we had once met at this other club as I was busy doing my prostitution with my friends. So he knew everything. Even when he hit me up, he told me that he had a job for me, and I knew that this was a job whereby he was going to find a blesser for me. So I thought that maybe he had a blesser that wanted a woman, maybe to go with a woman on a vacation. And I said, yeah, I'm good. I am here. What do you have for me? And then that was when he was like, okay, the gig, have you ever considered adult entertainment as a career? The way that he made it sound, this was not prostitution anymore, but this felt as if it was something that was legit, professional, and corporate. He even sent me a flyer when we were talking on WhatsApp. I saw some beautiful women that I knew, not like I knew them personally. These were women that I had seen in porn videos, so I could recognize their faces. And I said, okay, tell me, what is this all about? So we started talking, and then he told me that if you want, we can meet. And I laughed at it because I was not offended, but it sounded unrealistic. Adult entertainment, I had done prostitution before, but I thought that this does not happen in South Africa, except for that only one porn movie that they once shot a long time ago. So I thought that maybe it happens in other countries. through agents and studios. Not here in South Africa. It is not that popular, right? That is what I thought. At that time, I did not know that some of these women that you see in some porn videos, those ones that are labeled homemade, most of these women, they are tricked into shooting those videos. They don't even know that sometimes they are being shot so that these videos can be put online. It's like a guy comes to you, then you go to a hotel, you do what you do, then at the end of the day, this video, it starts to trend online. I really thought that those girls, they were into it, or maybe it is a leak. Back in those days, like, there used to be some sex tapes where they were being leaked by a jealous boyfriend, but these days everything is fake. If you see a homemade video, it is a fake. It is professional, that is made not to look so professional. This guy, he did not push me. It did not happen that very same time. That is how he manipulated me. He waited until I had made up my mind. He followed up after a couple of weeks, and then he said, there is an audition that is coming up here in Joburg. It is just 5 minutes. If you do well, it can open doors overseas for you. When he said America, you know, America is America. That word is powerful, especially if you are trapped in poverty. America does not just mean a place. It means escape, to reset your life. It means becoming someone else. So I was thinking of all the women that act porn, hearing that some of them, they are multi-millionaires. He mentioned the 100,000, not as a promise, as a possibility. He said some girls had made that much after being signed. He said auditions, there were standards in the industry because the directors, they want to see how you work on the men that you'll be with for the audition. He said that this is how talent was discovered. He gave me an example of a musician. The audition of a musician, you sing. If you are an actor, you are told to act as if you are someone that they would have told you to do that. And he sounded like someone that knew everything about the industry. He also mentioned Nigerians being involved, but only on the business side. They were the ones that were bringing these clients into South Africa. At that time, it really did not allow me. In fact, it made it sound bigger and more international. I thought this must be serious if foreigners are funding it and a white man also involved. I did not know then how other foreign backing means no accountability. I asked questions, safety, contracts. I asked about how real this was. He answered everything smoothly. He never said anything that sounded illegal. That is the danger. What he never said is what matters the most. He never explained about the cameras that will be there in that room. He never explained that we'll be making love in front of strangers that were the camera people. And I never knew that this was going to happen. I just thought that it was an audition of me meeting up that porn actor who was going to sleep with me, and he was going to tell the people if I was okay or not. I never knew who was going to own the tape after it, whether the audition itself was part of the content. No paperwork. And he said that there is no need for there to be paperwork. Really, he was just going to give me a contract where I would just sign so that I can be able to get a visa sponsorship to America. I hesitated, he waited, and this waiting that he did not push me made me to trust him even more. I was unemployed, I had bills, I was tired of depending on people. Eventually, bro, I said yes. The place was nothing like I imagined. It was not a studio. We went to a hotel. I went there and I had dressed up to look professional because I thought that they were going to take some of my pictures, and I already have a nice body. When I got there, my God, they were, your studio lights, not those big ones, the portable ones, and they were cameras, and then there were men and one woman. All of them were white, and this was something that I had never even imagined This was like a whole movie set in that room. Nobody sat with me down to explain things clearly. Nobody said that this is exactly what will happen. Everything felt rushed, but they were so friendly. These people, they were Americans. I remember telling myself, that is just an audition. 5 minutes will never change your life. I did not even understand that sometimes 5 minutes is the product that they need. They gave me some juice to drink, which had something to boost the libido. And then they started to sleep with me, the Nigerian, the white guy. Then they joined, and then it was over. But when I say that it was over, these 5 minutes that you see, it is not only 5 minutes. This was hours and hours. I was too tired. And when I got tired, they were enjoying it, them dominating me. When it was over, I was tired. I bathed myself. I was feeling so weak. And then I sat there, and those people, they were busy packing. It's like they wanted to run away. I was really scared because I just felt that there was something bad that had just happened, that was going to happen to me. These people, they looked so suspicious. They were no longer talking to me. It's like they were done with me. Then another guy came, a Nigerian, but with the way that he talked, I think that he's the one that handles women, that they give money. He came with a small carry bag. Then he opened that sling bag of his, and then he said to me, "Yo, they told me that you are very promising. They like you." He handed me 2,500 rand. So I thought that it was just transport money. He wrote my banking details on a piece of paper. I even said thank you. And now it really hurts when I think about it. There was no contract, no email, nothing. He said, "I'm going to be in touch with you, babe. Maybe we should do it together." Days passed, nothing. I messaged my guy politely. He would reply slow, and he stopped replying. Then I was blocked. The other girl that was also involved in this, she is in America. I don't know how she is doing. But back home in the village from where I come from, she is building her parents a very big house. So I don't know if it is I that has bad luck. She does not speak with me, but she is doing it great in America. I tried to search for her. I don't know if she is using another name, but I think she got signed. I don't know if the Nigerian and the white guy did not like me, did not enjoy me. Sometimes I even prayed to God and say, "Please God, make these people to give me a response," but no response. That was the moment when I realized that I was used. This audition, it was never an audition. Sometimes I feel dirty because of what I did, because of how easily these people used me, and I blame myself. I have stopped being an outgoing person because I just feel as if everyone will say, "That girl, I once saw her video." I can't tell my family. Every day I pray that my relatives, they will never come across the video, or any from our village will ever come across the videos. I try. That is all that I do day and night. Whenever I have data, I am Googling online, searching for my name to see if there is any video that comes. If I see a video, I try, then I report it. A couple of days ago, I was on X, and I was busy reporting some of the videos. They had been put under different names, and they had been trying to bring them down. So these things, they are happening as we are speaking right now, and it is a lot of things that is happening because of poverty. Girls, they are being recruited. They are taken to hotel rooms, especially if you are a slave queen, you love money, you are going to become an easy target. Let this be a warning to you. These people, they are dealing with this, and they are making millions and millions, and yet they will offer you so little. They are foreign distributors, online websites that are waiting for such videos to be uploaded. There is no responsibility at all to the women involved. The entire industry is made to target women that are desperate. If you see a woman enjoying in some of those videos, you need to ask yourself, this woman, was she also tricked to think that it was an audition? They will give you America as just a bait. Then they sleep with you for hours and hours. I honestly saw myself being on top of the world, being a porn star. I really did not care at that time. I thought that if this was what was going to make me rich, it really did not even matter at all. But now, when I think about it, I was just used. Those people, they are probably making a lot of money with my videos. I'm still very young and I don't know what is going to happen in the future. If it happens that I get married, what if my husband will come across such a video? What will he say about me? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us talk about this in the comment section. Yo. Then there is another message that I'm going to be sharing with you, and it reads like this. Hello, how are you? I need advice. Please advise me. I am a South African man. I am thinking about doing witchcraft through a witch doctor that I met online. First, let me speak to you as a man, my brother. Please do not judge me. I am feeling so much exhausted about my life. Let me start with the thing that I did. There is this other online witch doctor who told me that they can help me to become rich. So this person said, if you do an e-wallet, and then I did the e-wallet. What surprised me was that after I had sent that e-wallet, I then was told that at night I should go outside. When I went outside, I then saw a tokoloshi. When I saw a tokoloshi, my brother, it was a small figure like a man that ran in front of me. This small tokoloshi, it just disappeared, and then I received a message from that same witch doctor who said to me, did you just see my tokoloshi that came to you? And I said, yes sir, I saw the tokoloshi. So this man, he is saying it is time for you to come to the shrine. He is also based here in Joburg. I have a small company, but things have been so hard. This man is saying that the money that he needs in order for him to assist me, it is 10,000. And once I give him that 10,000, my business is going to start running so smoothly. I'm going to be having a very good life. So I just want to know from other people, have you ever done such rituals? And these rituals, are they for real? If they are not for real, why is it that when I was in my home, in my own yard, after I had done a ritual of taking an egg and putting it in a bucket of water, just when I arrived home from work, I am a lawyer, by the way, and I took an egg, I put it in a white small bucket, and I hid it in the bedroom. And then at night, when I saw that my wife was fast asleep, that was when I took that small bucket that had the egg inside, and I went outside. I had to undress myself in the kitchen, and then I sneaked outside and I was standing by the lawn. When I was standing by the lawn, that was when I saw a small tokoloshi that was there. This small tokoloshi, it just looked at me. It was not so tall, maybe up to my knees. That is how tall this small tokoloshi was. And then the tokoloshi, it just disappeared, and I received a message from that same witch doctor. The witch doctor then asked me politely, have you seen my tokoloshi? I have sent it to you. And I said, yes sir, I have seen your tokoloshi. Now what? Am I going to be making money? He then said, no, you're not going to be making money. First, you are going to come back to my shrine. We are not going to do it over the phone this time around, but you need to give me money. And I said, how much? He is saying that in order for me to become so powerful as a person in business, I am supposed to give him 10,000 rands. I am afraid to give him the money, but what is surprising me, my mind is confused. I saw a tokoloshi with my own eyes. Is this a kind of a magic? What did they do to me? He's saying that once I give him the 10,000, he is going to rent out that same tokoloshi to me for 2 years. In those 2 years, I'm going to be making so much money, so much that it is going to make my enemies to become jealous about the way that I'll be making money. I have come here, I need help and advice. I believe that this might be something that is going to be helpful, me coming with my confession here. To those that want to judge me, it's fine, you can judge me. We all make mistakes in life, don't we? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.